Yo, what is up, Raider Nation? It's your boy Samora back at it again with another episode of Nation News. And on today's episode, the Raiders went out and signed a Pro Bowl veteran cornerback. Not only that, we brought in a former Raider for a workout. Last but not least, I'm gonna give you guys the Nation stats of the week. But before I get started with this episode of Nation News, I got some good news that you can use. If you guys are in the Las Vegas area this weekend and is trying to party with the rest of the Raider Nation, then I got a spot for you. The Black Hole is throwing a pregame/watch party this Sunday, October 24th at the Red Tail inside of Resorts World at 10 a.m. all the way up to 4 p.m. Tickets will be available at theBlackHoleEvents.com, and if you're trying to get yourself a little discount, then use my promo code Samoan to get 10% off of your order. So with all that selling out of the way, let's get started with the video. Cue the intro.
And you tell them one thing, just win, baby.
Now to start things off, the Raiders went out yesterday and wasted no time addressing the secondary by bringing in and signing former Pro Bowl veteran cornerback Desmond Trufant per his agent. Now, Trufant is 31 years old, spent his first 7 seasons with the Falcons. He was drafted by the Falcons in the 2013 draft with the 22nd overall pick. Trufant made the Pro Bowl in 2015 where he recorded 1 interception and 11 pass deflection. In 2017, he signed a 5-year, $68 million contract with Atlanta, then was released in 2019. Trufant played 6 games for the Lions in 2020 and appeared in 2 games with the Saints this season before being cut. Obviously, with the need in the secondary, especially with Trayvon Mullen down and David Arnett, I'm not really surprised that the Raiders wanted to go out there and address the secondary. I guess the guy that they wanted to go get was Desmond Trufant. I know he's past his prime. He's not the same guy he once was, but I mean, he does provide depth to the roster. I don't know what to expect out of him, if he's going to be a big-time player for us or not. But a guy that I was really intrigued with last week that we brought in was Brandon Faison. That was a guy that really went out there, balled out, got his first interception in last week's game, and maybe Desmond Trufant can bring a spark off the bench. Who knows? But the Raiders weren't done there, because we worked out a couple more players, and one of those players I know we are pretty familiar with, cornerback DJ Hayden. Now, this was made official by Vic Tafur when he tweeted it out. I was honestly surprised by this news because I thought I would never see DJ Hayden's name, put into the same sentence with the Raiders, but it was, and he came in for a workout. Obviously, like I said before with Desmond Trufant, the Raiders do need help in the secondary, at least some depth in the secondary. The Raiders drafted DJ Hayden with the 12th overall pick in 2013. He never lived up to the hype, only played 4 seasons with the Raiders, with 45 games, starting 25 of those games. Had 160 tackles, 3 interceptions, 26 pass deflections, 3 forced fumbles, and 2 sacks. He left in 2017 to join the Lions, then spent 3 years with Jacksonville. Since then, he bounced around in 2020. Now he might make his way back to the dark side. Now, I honestly don't expect much from him if we do sign him. Then again, I don't expect the Raiders to go out there and sign him. I mean, this dude was so used to reading the names on the back of people's jerseys. That's how much he was getting burnt out there in the silver and black. So honestly, if you were to ask me, I would not want to see DJ Hayden back on the team. Now, I know it's a bit of a nostalgic feeling, but still, he was a liability out there, especially at the cornerback position. But Raider Nation, I want to ask you guys, would you guys want to see DJ Hayden back in the silver and black? Honestly, there should only be one answer.
Hell no. To the no.
Now, Hayden wasn't the only cornerback that the Raiders went out and brought in for a workout. We also brought in Darqueze Dennard. Dennard, 30 years old, appeared in 8 games for the Falcons in 2020, starting in 6. In his time with the Falcons last year, he totaled 36 tackles, 2 tackles for loss, 5 pass breakups, and 1 interception. In coverage, he allowed 15 completions on 22 targets for 158 yards, 1 touchdown, and an 81.8 QBR. Shout out to my boy Raider Scout on Instagram for all of that information. But before that, he spent most of his career with the Cincinnati Bengals, where he tallied 274 total tackles, 3 interceptions, 1 touchdown, 22 pass deflections, 3 forced fumbles, and 3 sacks. Now, if y'all still don't remember who Darqueze Dennard is basically the guy that Josh Jacobs sent into the Shadow Realm last year.
We need some milk.
The Raiders Raiders also worked out defensive tackle Chris Slayton. Now Slayton is 23 years old, signed with the Giants as an undrafted free agent in 2019. He spent the 2020 season on the Falcons practice squad, played in 2 games where he tallied 3 tackles, 1 tackle for loss, and a half a sack. Now I don't expect the Raiders to sign him, but if he was to be brought onto the team, most likely he will be brought onto the practice squad and will provide depth on the defensive line, because we don't know how long Jonathan Hankins and Darius Philon will be out for. And the last person that the Raiders brought in for a workout yesterday was offensive lineman DJ Fluker. And as of today, according to my boy Vinny B in the Place to Be, the Raiders have officially signed Fluker to the practice squad and will most likely be at practice today. Now Fluker has played guard and tackle in his 8-year career, was drafted by the San Diego Chargers where he spent his first 4 seasons. He had a stint with the Giants before heading to Seattle, then Baltimore in 2020 where he played all 16 games, allowing 2 sacks, 3 quarterback hits, and 26 pressure, also adding 7 penalties. Now saying that many penalties near an offensive lineman's name is not something you really want to see. Heck, throw the red flag out there. But I know that Fluker has the size, has the experience on the offensive line to come in and at least provide some depth. But one thing that really surprised me yesterday was that the Texans are going to be signing center Jimmy Morrissey off of the Raiders practice squad. It kind of sucks because we really did not get to see what Jimmy Morrissey could do. I mean, with the depth that we do have at the center position, I know that we do have Nick Martin and we have Andre James, but I felt like Jimmy Morrissey could have been that guy for the future if Andre James did not pan out. At the end of the day, we basically swapped offensive linemen on the practice squad. You know, Jimmy Morrissey is gone and now we brought in DJ Fluker. But Raider Nation, what do you guys think about this news about Jimmy Morrissey? Are you guys sad about it, or do you guys not really give a fuck? Let me know down in the comments below. Last but not least, I want to give you guys some nation stats of the week, man. After, you know, losing 2 straight games, the Raiders finally got back on track even without John Gruden at the helm. You know, Greg Olsen on the offensive side of the ball, Gus Bradley on the defensive side of the ball, and heck, our head coach and slash, you know, special teams coordinator, Rich Bisaccia, man, they all put in that work this past week against the Broncos, and man, we showed out in a huge way. But there's a lot of players that I want to highlight, a lot of players that are really putting up those numbers. And so far in week 6, you know, 6 or 7 weeks into the season, man, I'm really happy to see how well these players are coming together and are still going out there and putting their best on the field. And let's start with my quarterback, Derek Carr. He is number 2 when it comes to passing yard leaders in the NFL with 1,946, and he is only behind Tom Brady. Another player on the offensive side of the ball is my boy Henry Ruggs, and I told y'all that my boy Henry Ruggs was going to be that guy this season. I really thought that he was going to be the number 1 wide receiver, and so far this season, he's starting to show out and show us that he is our number 1 wide receiver. Everybody thought it was going to be Bryan Edwards, and Bryan Edwards is a good wide receiver, but at the end of the day, my dude Henry Ruggs is showing out there, and he's not even getting that many receptions out there. And when looking at his stats, he's already equaled the amount of touchdowns that he had from last year, which is 2. And in 2020, he had a total of 452 yards in 13 games. Now you fast forward to 2021, he has 445 yards in only 6 games, and the season is still not over. So I'm telling you guys, this guy will definitely get to that 1,000-yard mark. Moving over to the defensive side of the ball, shout out to cornerback Casey Hayward, having the most coverage snaps without allowing a single touchdown this season, according to PFF, and that is 237 snaps. He almost did give up one to Cortland Sutton, but at the end of the day, they did not get that touchdown. It's kind of funny to me because there was a lot of Charger fans out. Well, I know there's not a lot of Charger fans, but there was like 2 Charger fans that told me that this dude was washed up. I mean, by the looks of it, he don't look washed up at all. Sticking to the defensive side of the ball, man, shout out to linebacker Denzel Perryman. He has been killing it out there ever since we brought him on to the dark side, man. He's been a tackling machine, and every time there's a tackle out there on the defensive side of the ball, you see number 52 out there every single time somewhere around the ball. And this past week against the Broncos, he added 11 total tackles, and he is tied for first in tackles throughout the whole NFL with my boy Bobby Wagner with 72 total tackles. So shout out to Denzel Perryman for doing his thing. And we cannot talk about this defense without bringing up the Condor, Mad Maxx Crosby, who has been killing it so far this season. He has 5 sacks, which he should have more obviously, 11 quarterback hits, which is first in the NFL, 25 QB hurries, which is first in the NFL, 43 total pressures, which is first in the NFL, 91.7 PFF pass rush grade, which is first in the NFL, and a 27.6 pass rush win rate, which is again first in the NFL. Defensive Player of the Year? I believe so. He's been putting together a huge season, and he is showing why he is the leader on this defensive side. And I would say one of the best pickups that Mike Mayock has had throughout his whole, tenure as our GM. So I want to ask you guys, Raider Nation, before I head out of here, do you guys believe that Mad Maxx Crosby has a good chance at becoming the Defensive Player of the Year this year? Let me know down in the comments below. All right, Raider Nation, that is all I have for you guys today on this episode of Nation News. If you guys enjoyed this video, don't forget to smash that like button. If this is the first time you're coming across my channel and you love the Las Vegas Raiders and you want daily Raider content, then hit that subscribe button, hit that notification icon button just to notify you guys when I upload more videos just like this. Until the next video, this is your boy Small Raider, and your boy is, yeah.
And you tell them one thing. Just win, baby.